This is part 3 of the Black Sun Flicker. This video is titled The Anti-Schwarze Sonne. We're going to pick up where we left off. This is why the north is the hinge. The north gate is the interference point where inward becomes outward. Every ancient map pointed to it. Hyperborea, Mount Meru, the Axis Mundi, the World Tree. And this is why it's sealed off today. It's not just ice, it's the node of the sphere itself. And the proof is still there. Compasses spin near it. Magnetic anomalies pull at it. The entire zone is locked under no-fly treaties. Now here's the subtlety. Polaris is pure. The star we see is the natural projection of Earth's toroidal heart field going up in the air, the upward spiral of the black sun made visible in the night sky because it intersects with the plasma field, and then we see Polaris. The Schwarze Sonne is not Polaris. It is the parasite clamped onto the gate, siphoning the flow before it can fully flower. If Polaris were the mimic, we would see its distorted reflection in the heavens. It would look like a Schwarze sun. But we don't. We see the natural flow, the cymatic shapes, and that's what they hijack. And this is how they do it. They ride the immortal spiral of the singularity itself. The spiral that drops the apple, spins the galaxies, and pulls the soul inward. It's all one current. They didn't invent power of their own. They clamped their machinery onto the universal spiral. They bent the geometry of being sideways into a mimic system. That's why the lock is so strong. It's woven into the very current that moves everything. And this is why weapons mean nothing. You can't shoot a spiral. You can't blow up a singularity. The lock isn't matter, it's frequency. The battlefield is resonance. The Schwarze Sonne is a counterfeit black sun, a mimic sun running on feedback loops, twisted harmonics, stolen geometry. Its strength is coherence, but that's also its weakness. Mimicry collapses when it faces the real harmonic. That's where the anti-Schwarze Sonne comes in. It isn't built in factories. It isn't fired from planes. It is sung into being. It is resonance, the phi spiral, the flower of life, the torus of the human heart synced to source. It is the choir of coherence, the harmonic that unmasks the false. And here's how we wield it. Picture the torus in your chest, light spiraling in and out, endless phi loop. Anchor it upward through Polaris, not to escape, but to overwrite the projection. Collapse it inward into the black sun, seed inside your chest, the 0 point void inside your chest. Then broadcast that harmony into the field. Not I want to destroy, but I am the harmonic that unmasks the false. When enough hearts spiral into unity, the siphon shorts out, the feedback loop flickers, the mimic shatters into a trillion shards because it was never real. Only stolen geometry pretending to be eternal. This is the prophecy. This is the lock at the north gate. It rides the spiral of the singularity, and the weapon they fear most is already inside us. The false sun flickers, the true sun returns, and the sphere sings free again. So why am I telling you all this? Why am I showing you the torus, the north gate, the nested fears, the black sun at the core? Because this isn't just about maps and myths. This is about you. The fallen 369 geometry of the Schwarze Sonne, the mimic system, is already pushing its projection into you. It's a broadcast, a downward spiral signal, hijacking your harmonic blueprint. And if you don't see it, you get carried by it. It pulls you away from who you really are, bending you into something consumable. That's why the world is a machine of consumption. That's why everything is inverted into lust, greed, envy, fear. It's not just human nature. It's the siphon's projection. Literally, it's siphoning this energy projection onto our reality. It's the downward spiral rhythm playing through the false grid, setting all the rhythms of time and gates and days and night. But your real design, your original blueprint is not that. You are made out of love, Not the cheap copy this world sells, but the harmonic love you were born with. The signature you carry from Source. That's what the upward spiral is. The resurrection path back into coherence within your own origin. And here's the part they never tell you. Frequency at the soul level is determined by intention, not by the machine, not by the flicker, not even by the geometry itself. Your soul's intention is the tuning fork of your field. It sets the resonance that decides whether you spiral downward into consumption or upward into resurrection. That's why the hijack has to trick you into fear, lust, and greed, because only then do you consent, even unknowingly, to align your intention with the downward spiral. But if you set your intention to love, truth, and coherence, and you short-circuit their mimic system, you shift your resonance back to Source. Think about it. How many cells are in your body? Trillions. And every single one is a sphere, each with a proton, a micro-singularity, a miniature black sun, each one a toroidal projector spinning the same implosion, explosion, spiral that bursts stars. Every cell is projecting you into form, literally. You are suns made of suns. And when your soul's intention aligns with love, every one of those trillions of cells begins to radiate upward spiral coherence. That's how resurrection isn't just a story. It's biology, cosmology, and spirit moving in one. When you live trapped in the lower chakras, the system eats you alive. You become part of the consumer circuit, feeding the mimic grid. But when you rise into the heart and higher centers, you flip the current. You re-enter the upward spiral. The one black sun itself is broadcasting the living current of Source. So that's why I teach it in 1,000 different ways, literally. Geometry, myth, cosmology, resurrection, coherence. It's all the same thing. Breaking the chains of the siphon and remembering that you are already spiraling upward. This is the resurrection. Not just an event after death, but a way of living now. To step out of the downward projection and re-enter the spiral of life that never ends. Hope you enjoyed this 3-part series. Have a great night. Namaste.